Let's talk about this Jim Jefferies lawsuit.
Okay.
Me and Craig hop on. Now, Jim Jefferies is getting sued by the Village People. That's what's happening here. And Craig looks at the video. The title of the video, by the way, is "I'm being sued by the Village People."
Yeah.
There's not a lot of mystery as to what Jim Jefferies is talking about in this episode. And Craig goes, "So is the theme of this podcast they just dress as like gay Navy guys?" And I said, "No, Craig. It's actually a reference to the Village People."
I gotta be honest. They don't look like the Village People.
I understand, but you could have put it all together.
Why?
I know they're talking about the Village People. Why is he wearing a Native American headdress? I don't get it.
See, that would have made me not say that. I would have been like, I get it.
Why are they a cop and a construction worker? I don't understand.
They were the least popular village person. The gay Navy guy.
They talk about it on the show. He said he had to go to I don't know this guy. Amos, I think his name is. Jim Jefferies' podcast partner.
Yeah,
he seemed very funny. This is the only episode I've ever listened to, which they've only done 5. I guess it's a new podcast.
Getting sued already by an act like that after only 5 episodes, pretty good.
It's a good start, yeah. But this guy goes, he goes, I had to go into sex shops and say, do you have any Navy outfits? It's not for me. I'm getting sued by the Village People. They're like, okay, sir. Just take whatever you need. But yes, this I found very interesting. So let's hear Jim Jefferies discuss the letter that he received after talking about the Village People. And if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, the Village People have been Donald Trump's, I don't know, opening act, I guess. The theme song of the Trump campaign was YMCA.
Yeah.
So the Village People have adopted Donald Trump or vice versa. And Jim Jefferies and his podcast partner made a couple jokes about that, and they discussed what happened here.
Let's talk about this. 2 podcasts ago, we're only 4 podcasts in, I believe. We're 4 podcasts in. But on our second podcast, I believe, we made some comments about the Village People song, the YMCA. And here are the comments here.
Let's be honest. What is the YMCA song about? It's about
dudes getting fucked in a hostel.
It's fucking in showers in a hostel, right? When you're a young man who's been kicked out of your home, there's a place you can go. I said, young man, when you're short on your day. And everyone, all these right-wing people are dancing around to basically a song about bumming in the shower.
Yeah, there's a lot of conservative people who go, all this gay propaganda's everywhere. And then they go and clap the Village People and Trump dancing with them.
Yeah, obviously, Donald Trump has made it his thing. And I'm going to tell you, I've loved it, the song. It's reminded me how much fun the YMCA and the Village People is. It's a great disco
We love this song. When that song turns on, everyone gets on the dance floor. It doesn't matter what you are. It doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, Republican, Democrat. Great song. But sadly, I received...
My girlfriend is as much of a Democrat supporter as you're going to have. And when she sees Trump doing the dance, even she's like, God, it's fun. Isn't it a great time? Isn't this wonderful? And unfortunately, it seems that we've upset some people within the group.
Well, if you want to criticize Jim Jefferies for anything there, it's that he's walking on tread upon ground. That's been noticed once or twice. That the Village People is slightly gay. If anything, you could say Jim Jefferies is tackling a hack premise. Like, I just thought everyone knew that, right?
You would think. So, you see them all standing there.
Evidently, the living original member of the Village People, I forget his name, I believe they say it here. I guess he was the one non-gay member of the group. And it seems he's had it up to here with people calling him to the point where he's like, maybe if I am the theme song of Donald Trump's campaign, they'll stop calling me gay. And that didn't work. So the Village People have now resorted to a new low. If I got to say, they're going to be very busy if they're sending out cease and desist letters to everyone that calls them gay. But this is what Jim Jefferies received in the mail.
Jim Jefferies, CC of your management. Notice to cease and desist. Request for retraction.
Okay.
February 7th, 2025. Dear Mr. Jefferies, you recently used an obscene, derogatory, and false description of the iconic hit YMCA. You told your audience the song YMCA is about guys getting bonged.
I said bummed. I said bummed. When will this nation understand my accent? Carry on.
Getting bonged, aka bummed at the Y. Well, Victor Willis, and that's when you realize that's the lead singer of the group who wrote the songs. The lawyer is Karen Willis, so I believe it's
Victor Willis's wife, and Victor is the cop in the Village People. He's I think he's the last one alive. The original lineup.
Who wrote 100% of the lyrics of the song, has made it clear that though some may have misinterpreted the lyrics to mean illicit sex at the Y, I don't know whether he thought it was illicit. It was just.
It's a good point.
That is not the actual meaning of his lyrics, nor is there anywhere in the lyrics that would even remotely suggest such. Anyone suggesting otherwise will have to prove in a court of law that Willis, who wrote the lyrics and ought to know, was writing about gays having illicit sex at the Y, though he has made it clear that that was not what the lyrics are suggesting. Therefore, you have perpetuated. Therefore, you have perpetuated a false and defamatory meaning of the song, therein bringing harm to the very famous song. And the public was warned. I didn't get this warning. In 25, anyone who perpetuates a false and derogatory meaning of YMCA would be sued. Accordingly, you have 10 days to retract on your show, this one we're on, your false and defamatory meaning of YMCA, and provide me proof of such retraction, including but not limited to a link to your retraction, or I shall immediately commence legal action against not only you, but your co-host, my name not included.
No.
I like the idea that the public has been warned. Like, this is Victor Willis, who was like, attention, America. Call me gay one more time and see what happens. I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. We are not playing around. We are the Village People, and we're straight and proud of it.
Yeah, the new members all have to be straight to be in.
I was actually, even Craig, I was actually proud of Craig for a moment, where when I told him about this story, even Craig was like, you can't sign on to the Trump campaign.
Yeah.
And then start threatening legal action over jokes.
You can't.
The fuck are you doing, Victor Willis?
You can't do it.
But it is, I guess you got to empathize with the guy from this standpoint. Just a lifetime. He's married. It might be this Karen Willis, the wife, who's a lawyer, evidently, where she's like, my husband is not gay. And he's just like, YMCA. And she's like, what's gay about that? He's like,
he wears cop bondage in a stadium full of people.
Yeah, he wears assless chaps with his cop uniform. I don't understand. Why is everyone calling him gay?
I don't get it.
He's hetero. He's a man's man. He's a cop, for God's sake. He's an enforcer of the law. So these guys actually had a lot of fun with it, but we have a little of their response here. And I gotta say, like, Jim Jefferies had a weird time where after the gun bit, like, which, by the way, his gun control bit is hilarious. I think it's like one of the great stand-up bits ever, in my opinion. The problem with that is it was slanted to help one side of a political argument. Mm-hmm. So they adopted him, and Jim Jefferies kind of embraced that and became something he wasn't as a comedian. Like, when I discovered Jim Jefferies, he was the booze hound, degenerate party guy.
Right.
Almost like an Australian Doug Stanhope to a degree.
Kind of, but funnier. In my opinion.
I found Jim Jefferies hilarious. Like, his first few specials are great. Some of my favorites. And the Jim Jefferies show, I didn't think was a good representation of who he was.
That was such a bad idea.
Yeah, it just didn't work. By the way, Jim Jefferies had a funny line. He's dressed as Freddie Mercury, Craig. I don't know if you can figure out why that is or not.
Because he's gay. I know that.
Okay, all right. Well, what is that? The theme of the pod? They just dress as gay guys? I don't get it.
I knew it from the jacket.
Well, Jim Jefferies goes, on my show, the Jim Jefferies show, I dressed for Halloween one year as Freddie Mercury because the Queen movie was out. And he goes, and boy, am I glad I bought instead of rented. Yeah, I thought to myself, you never know when you're going to need it again. But yeah, like Jim Jefferies had a weird run where he was cast as something he wasn't, but he is a very funny guy. And so, like, to sue him over such an innocuous joke would
Didn't he
be
get
so
fired?
crazy.
Didn't he get fired for getting caught in a hot mic being a phony?
No, I don't think they're related. I know what you're talking about. That
Yeah.
guy, Avi something, I'm forgetting his name now.
Yeah.
But he exposed that show because he recorded the whole thing and was like, oh, they completely took me out of context and tried to make me look like something I wasn't. And yeah, it was very, I think it just got canceled because of low ratings. I think it was unrelated to that, but I could be wrong about that. But anyways, Jim Jefferies, very funny guy. It is, Craig, tell your people, for God's sake. Tell Jerry and all your peeps over there. Lighten up. You won. What are you doing? You're fucking this up now.
I may talk to Jerry again. Who knows?
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. Do you know anything? We'll talk during the super chats. Don't let it interrupt the segment.
Next, we got apology.
Okay, yeah. So this is important. Jim Jefferies, you better take this seriously, buddy, because I don't think Karen Willis is screwing around.
Of a kind.
Right.
I want you to talk to Victor Willis, and I want you to talk to the fans of disco who are quite frankly repulsed that you've said that song's about. And I'd like you to apologize so we don't get in any
I
trouble.
would like to apologize to Victor and Karen Willis. That I must be one of the first people in the world who have thought this, but I thought that it was gay. It was wrong of me. It was defamatory. It was obscene, and it was a false description of the iconic hit. People they're not getting bonged at the Y. I just feel bad, Amos. I just feel bad for the people I hurt.
Well, that's okay. And I'm glad we've said our piece. So there you go, guys. If we can be here to help our audience grow, I know I've got a lot of sort of knuckle-dragging idiots who are my fans. It's not gay, guys. It's not gay.
Okay.
And if you go to Pride this year, if there's a float and it's playing it, I want you to run up there and kick the fucking boombox off and say, turn that shit off.
Hey, get it off. Get it off.
That's not
Get it off.
You're appropriating that. Regular straight men. That's our song.
I don't know who this Amos guy is, but he was actually funnier on this than Jim was. He was very good.
Jim seems pissed that he had to do it.
Well, he's playing into the bit because they went on throughout the podcast to research some of the benefits that the Village people have done. Some of the other songs, like Macho Man, for example. So they had a good time with this. I appreciated their response because it is very funny, and you have to know if you send someone a cease and desist letter, what you're to a podcast, I should say. Maybe regular citizens have a different reaction. But if you send that to a podcast, what you're saying is, here's an episode you can do. Just don't bother bringing any other content. I've made an episode for you. I'm going to threaten to sue you, which will never go anywhere. And you guys can talk about it for an hour if you want.
Yep. We have one last clip from them.
All right, let's hear it.
Appropriation.
Yeah, this is Jim talking more about the nasty thing that he's done.
No, it's wrong. It's wrong. And you know who I'm angry at now? The gays for appropriating it.
I said it before.
They appropriated this. This is good heterosexual music. I go down to the Y and I'm playing basketball with my mates. We don't think about having sex in the shower at any stage. At any stage.
There's something about his accent that makes things funnier as well.
I know.
He's able to deliver this very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's actually a very good episode. If you're not familiar with the podcast, at least check that one out because they do a very good job of responding to such a ridiculous lawsuit. But yeah, you can't sign up to be Team Trump and then go, hey, stop it. Stop calling me gay.
Cut it out. Someone in the chat pointed out Duke Keith Chang said in the Navy. That's another song, not gay, right?
That was another. As a matter of fact, Craig, that is a Village People song. I don't know if you're aware of that.
No, I know.
Yeah, okay. What is this guy just dressing as a Navyman every week?
It was the Live in Madison Square Garden jacket from Jim Jefferies that threw the whole thing off.
They did. They were like, oh, and the Navy, it's the straightest branch of the military.
Sure. We got some super chats here.
But yeah, while we're doing that, is Jerry? So he's actually in a contract dispute.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you know as much as I do.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, we did a show Monday, and then Tuesday it was we're not doing it, and that has been it.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that was fun.
Very
days.
powerful negotiations. I wonder what this is about.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Thanks for the heads up. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. Nobody likes onions. $2. Charge back incoming because we're not talking about steel toe.
Venmo request me.
Tickle Me Tukey, $5. Village People did a movie called Can't Stop the Music where they all danced in the showers filled with bubbles at the Y.
Well, it's hetero. They were getting all sudsy thinking about ladies.
They sweat so much during the basketball open gym that they were just helping each other out.
Oh, imagine doing this with chicks here, guys. Wouldn't that be fun?
We should practice without.
Yeah, let's practice what we would do on girls. That's what the Village People were all about. And isn't it good for Trump if they're gay?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you kind of want them to be gay, right?
Yes. Yes. Don Fried Chicken, $5. Looking at these Valentine's cards for my daughter, and the address is the same as yours, Craig. You're not fooling me this time. Not again.
Huh.
Interesting.
We'll follow that trail, Don Fried Chicken, because there could be a mystery afoot.
Hey, we're listening here. €5.
I like that.
I do too. And his picture is just a bowl of spaghetti.
I don't know. It's very simple, but it made me laugh.
It's good. It's good. The Village People would never lead me into homosexuality. I bet I would go gay for OJ.
Well, sure. Who wouldn't?
Getty Van Halen, $5. Is it true that Stuttering John is going on Matan Evans' podcast?
That would be awesome.
He would swing at Matan.
Why are you doing that accent? I don't get it.
That would be.
You're not 17. Let me see your ID. You're not 17.
Jimmy's Neglected Mother, $5. In the Navy is gayer than anything Boy George has ever sung.
Hey, stop it. Don't delete that from the podcast. I don't want a piece of whatever they're serving up legally.
We should definitely try to get sued by the Village People.
Hey, you guys are gay.
Hey, Village People, the YMCA is the gayest song I've ever heard.
Hey, go back to the bathhouses, you queers.
In the Navy is just a homo rallying call.
Yeah, send that to the Village People.
See what happens.
That's the other thing. They should be, if they're going to sue someone, it should be us, like someone that would be afraid. It shouldn't be Jim Jefferies, who's just going to say it on his podcast.
Yeah, the YMCA is definitely about guys bumming other guys in the shower, though.
I don't think so, Craig.
I think it is.
I mean, yes, it is. It's about illicit gay sex. Illicit, like it's 1963.
He's still stuck back then.
They've got the disease of homosexuality.
What did he think? Like, was back then, like, if you dressed up like they did, did people like that look straight as hell? was it a time difference?
Oh man, well, Craig, they were a construction worker. They were what's more hetero than that?
Yeah.
In Cowboys versus Indians, I always thought the Indians were the straight guys running from the gay cowboys trying to fuck them. That's how I remember it.
Gay cowboys and Indians. I think that's accurate. Yeah, the guy dressed up like the Native American would just flinch every time he saw a cowboy on stage.
Oh, get away from me, queer.
It's just cowboys, Indians, and leather daddies, and they're like, "Why are we gay?" No one.
Victor Willis is dressing up as the most famous outfit a male stripper could have. And he's like, why do people think I'm gay? I don't get it.
Yeah, this guy has his wife fighting his battles for him. Nothing gay about it.
I'm all man. Go get him, honey.
Go to blindmike.net for everything Blind Mike. Look at me. I did it. Kragers did it.